So the call is being recorded. So thank you very much for joining. So let's start because we have just very limited time. I don't know if you are hearing me very well. So just confirm to me that you are hearing me very well. Confirm to me that you are hearing me very well.
I'm hearing you clearly.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Please, if you're hearing me, confirm to me you are
Yes,
hearing
I'm
me.
hearing you clearly.
I'm hearing you. I'm
Thank
hearing
you.
you.
Thank you.
I can hear you.
Thank you very much.
I can
Okay.
hear you.
Yes, I can hear you clearly, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate. Okay, now the next one is, are you seeing my screen?
No.
Yes, I can see it clearly from here.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, you can see it.
Okay.
Yes, we can see it
Can I share
clearly,
the
sir.
screen?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. God bless. Okay, so let's start immediately. I want to really appreciate you for tuning in.
Your
Your
moments.
moments is your microphone on? Please, those who are using two devices, please. Can you? You know, I left this so that people can talk when they want to talk. So that's why I don't want to mute everybody. Yeah, please kindly put off your this thing, okay? There's somebody using two devices. So one is speaking to the other. Kindly do that. We have very limited time. I have another training by 10. So please, if you can help me, it will be nice. If you're using two devices, mute one, the microphone of one. It will help a lot, okay? If you've done that, let's continue.
Hello, good morning, Sean.
Good morning.
Yeah, why not mute everybody and then during the question and answers you can unmute so that they can ask questions. I
Okay,
think that would be better.
okay.
I think that's better.
Okay. Can't really see the mute button now. Let me continue. Please, I just beg of you to just do the right thing. Okay, very quickly. Today we are working on future-proofing your legal practice. Future-proofing your legal practice. Building firms that last. My name is Cussons. I'm the president of Cussons Business School. What we do at Cussons is to give you facts you can use. I'm going to tell you a little about me later, but because of our time, because I have another lecture coming up in the next few minutes, like about 90 minutes time, so I need to run. Now, we are going to major on building sustainable law business from law practice. What we want to do is how can we, as people who are building legal practice, understand how to move it from just practice to business. Now, the first thing you need to understand is that there's a difference between just doing and hustling a business when compared to organizing your business into entrepreneurship. And I wish you write it down. Entrepreneurship is business running on systems. Entrepreneurship is business running on systems. And what is system? System is anything you put in place to save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. Anything you put in place to save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. That is what we call system. So if you are running a law practice and then you are not systemizing, you continue to run a practice, not a business. And you see, law practice is becoming very competitive. I had a lot of people complain in the last ages, in our own part of the session, which is building future-facing law firm, where I was the speaker. I had a lot of people, saying that even very senior lawyers, charge low to take their briefs, to take businesses from them. They charge clients who had come to them low. They were complaining and all those. So you can understand that things are getting tough. Things are getting more serious. More lawyers are coming into the fray. Inflation is going up. Now, your money is not supposed to be only in this jurisdiction. Your money should extend beyond the jurisdiction and go to other jurisdictions, whether it is the Northern America or other part of Africa or Europe, and then above all finding other coterminous things that you can do alongside law. I'm not just saying real estate or going to start another business, but what we call in business possible adjacents. Possible adjacents are the things in a business that your business can accommodate. I'll give you an example. I'm going to be very colloquial. I don't like speaking big grammar or just giving examples that are just far removed. A simple example I'm going to give you is you are running the business of frying akara. Now, if you're frying akara and that's your business, and you don't add it pap, you don't add it selling of milk, you don't add it selling of sugar, you don't add it selling of moi moi, you don't add bread, you are going to be leaving a lot of money out of the table. And what causes that a lot of times, I'm a litigation lawyer, this one, that one. What causes that most time is that if you don't put a process in place, you are going to be doing everything yourself, and it will be so tiring over time. You know that you need to drop a lot of things. I understand specialization, but you see, if you look at, I want you to take this principle out. The principle is whenever the market is small, you become a generalist. When the market is very big, you become a specialist. I repeat, when the market is small, you become a generalist. When the market is very big, you become a specialist. What happens is that if you are a junior lawyer, a young lawyer, or middle, and you've not built so much capacity, you need to pay lots and lots of bills. And that is why financial management is very important for lawyers, understanding your numbers. You understand your fixed costs, you understand your variable costs, you understand your unit contribution margin for all the products you have. You need to productize. When you say, I'm a professional, I'm not selling products. No, you need to turn your services to product. Now, why is it that possible? And why is this very important? It's very important that you understand that if you don't productize, you will think that you are not selling something tangible. A lot of people come to your law firm, they want to collect your services, and can you just sign this thing for me? And just sign it. I've even written the MOU, I've written the agreement. Just sign it and put your seal on it, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying it's wrong or bad. It depends on how you want to operate your business. Now, what I sell myself is my brain. What I sell is, my time, my expertise, my brand, and blah, blah, blah. The point is that my connections and network. The point is that if I start giving it free to everybody, what will happen? But you see, if you don't give free sometimes, they will not even allow you to work for them. So we're going to treat that as we go ahead. But the point I wanted to make with that is that when you productize, probably I'm going to show you how, you are going to see your organization as a supermarket. Now, if you go to the supermarket and you bought Milo, you can't tell them, because I bought Milo, give me bread so I can use the bread to drink my Milo. No, you cannot say that. You cannot say, please, because I've bought sugar, can you give me Lipton? No, if you want Lipton, you buy. If you want sugar, you buy. If you want Milo, you buy. If you want pig milk, you buy. If you want whatever you want, you buy. Now, you are buying it happily because of the way they have structured the organization. You cannot ask them to give you one free. That is how, if you structure your law practice, a lot of things are going to work seamlessly in such a way that it is easier for you to charge your fees and people slip in. We call it client optimization. When you have client fulfillment, you can do client optimization to make use of the LTV, the lifetime value of a customer, the lifetime value of a customer. I was talking to myself this morning. There's a customer that came into our organization. In fact, he was sent by their organization, an MDA, to our organization for training. And of course, after that, you know, by last month, the company has made about 6 million from this customer. You know why? Because the customer is seeing value, and each thing he takes, he makes more money, and then he comes back for another, he makes more money, he comes back to another, he makes for another, he makes more money, he comes back. So because he's getting value, he's coming back and coming back, and you know, and referring people. So yeah, and then in just about 6 months now, we've made about 6 million from the customer. So can you imagine if you have 20 customers, 30 customers, you can understand how to optimize them. But otherwise, when they do contract with you, you allow them go. When they do litigation, you allow them go. That is why love is very important in any business we do. You need to love your customers. You need to love your clients. You need to love the people you work for. Because of that love, you're able to look into their lives and you're able to say, what are you passing through now? What can I help you do? Blah, blah, blah. And you keep helping them, and then they keep paying. Now, having said that, it's very important to note that the illiterate of the 21st century is not the person who cannot read and write, but the person who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. That is by Alvin Toffler. Alvin Toffler was a futurist. He wrote quite some books on futurism. And he said that the illiterate of the 21st century will not be that person now who cannot read and write or speak grammar. Very important. I want you to write it down. I want you to write EMT down. E stands for entrepreneur. M stands for manager. T stands for technician. So at every point you're opening your business, legal practice, production company, whatever, you have the EMT in place. That is the entrepreneur, the manager, and the technician in place. Anyone that is missing will become a problem. You will suffer it at the end. So the point is, number one, understand how to leverage, understand how to be an entrepreneur. Sorry, sir. Can you join through the right means, please? So understand how to be an entrepreneur, a manager, and a technician. What it means is very simple. If you understand that technician is the least of them all, so you are a lawyer, you are a technician. You are an accountant, you are a technician. You are a professor in the university, you are a technician. You are a medical doctor, you are a technician. Now, don't get it twisted. You are replaceable. That's why you are a technician. In fact, the person doesn't even need to be a lawyer to have a very big law firm. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that literally. I'm saying that a lawyer that doesn't know his onion, if he has entrepreneurial and management skill, can employ a lot of good lawyers, manage them very well, and make so much money. The same For a for a medical doctor that doesn't know his onion, they can employ other medical doctors, and then the doctor, his hospital will be the best. Somebody who is not, I am into a lot of businesses that I don't know any jack about. Why? Because I understand that, you can always manage people, manage everything if you understand how to do EMT. It seems some people are, since the number is not passing 100, and some people are having issues. I don't know, but I have capacity for 1,000 people to be here. So I don't know if some people are having issues and all those. Yeah, but I'm going to continue. My staff is drawing my attention to that. So the EMT, entrepreneur, manager, and the entrepreneur, the manager, and the technician. When your company start growing, when your legal practice start growing, when your law firm start growing, the first thing that you leave out is the technician. Every other lawyer can represent you as far as you've done your work very well and the work is well done. Every other person can represent you, or you can put in your appearances without having to stay too long or do this one or that one. But the major thing is, how do you manage all the other aspects of what you are doing? For instance, the getting of the customers, which we call the lead generation, the getting of the conversion of the customers, which we call sales. How do you work around customer or client fulfillment? How do you work around customer optimization? How do you work around building systems? How do you work around automation? How do you work around scaling? All these are possible things that you must do as an entrepreneur and as a manager. As the company keeps growing, you're having partners and all those, you move up to the entrepreneur, meaning that a lot of other things that happen in your company you don't know, but you are the person who meets the big guys or who put the face that brings the job into the organization. So it is not because you are not a good lawyer that you are not making a lot of money. It's because the number of people who come into the organization are not as much. The number of clients that are being converted are not as much. That's the reason. So we need to distinguish, between law business and law practice. In talking about law business, we are looking at how you organize your firm in such a way that everything works like clock time, from your offer. Offer is, what are the products you offer in your organization? You have to break them down. Now, write it down. We have what we call Heli and Lehi. Heli and Lehi. Heli and Lehi. Heli stands for high energy, low income. Heli stands for high energy, low income. And the Lehi stands for low energy, high income. In understanding productization of your business, you need to understand how to put a proportional dimension to your Heli and Lehi. Now, Heli could be, as you are starting off as a young lawyer, Heli could be up to maybe 50, 80% of, high energy, low income of what you do. But as you keep growing, you now start doing a lot of low energy, high income. You are looking for the big deals. You are looking for the big contracts. You are looking for big organization. You probably may stop, wasting your time with those who cannot pay your bills, who cannot pay your fee, not bills, who cannot pay your fee, because hustling has given way to building legacy, and this can take you not more than 36 months if you know how to use information communication technology and online platforms to do your thing. Reach is a very simple thing. It's all about understanding your target and knowing how to get in their faces. Your job as a 21st century lawyer is very simple. Be a go-to person for what you want to, consult or practice on. Be the go-to person. Time will tell me to show you graphically how to do that. But it boils down to the 6 steps I'm going to talk about in a few moments. So law practice is just being a lawyer and doing your thing. Law business is building systems that drive the law practice to the extent that your business is existing independent of you. You may not come to office and then, no problem. You may travel for a million years, no problem. You can give instructions and it's done that way. Yeah. Now, let's talk about the purpose of business. The purpose of business is sustainable profitability and profitable sustainability. Sustainable profitability and profitable sustainability. Very simply put, in understanding how to build system in your business, you must understand sustainability while understanding profits. What that means is that though you are working on profit, but you are going to invest a lot on what will make that profit sustainable. You may need a very big car, but you also need a very big office. Now, in understanding sustainable profitability and profitable sustainability, you are going to get the office instead of the car. You may need a very big car, but you also need very nice lawyers that you pay well. You are probably going to prioritize, getting the best hands, equipping them properly, than buying just car for FEC. Because you see, the car, granted, your profession needs it and all those, but you see, you can hire a car. You can hire any car you want. I live in Abuja here. You can hire any car you want for your money, and then you finish using and drop it back to them if that's what you want. But getting the best lawyer, you can't just hire, just because something comes, you hire good hands. Yes, you need time for them to work with you and know them and be your people and all those. Having said that, let it be a landmark statement that the purpose of business is sustainable profitability and profitable sustainability. Not just boom, once you go your way, whatever happens. Some people in business, lawyers, doctors, accountants, professionals, whatever you call them, consultants, some of them do not have character. They don't have empathy. Business is about love. If you don't love people, you will always have that problem of, you do with people today and then they go, you do with them tomorrow, they go, you do with them. You wouldn't have people who've been with you for 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, who are referring others. They just come to you because probably you're the last option for that moment. Immediately they become bigger or become wealthier, they won't use your services. So empathy is very important. Now, you can be a leader in your organization and with your clients. You can manage the monetary aspect. Now, you manage tasks. You don't manage people. You lead people. The same in business. You can, manage somewhere around the finances and your relationship with your clients so you can get your money. But in actual relationship with your client, you take the empathetic nature of a leader, because that's what makes people come back again and again, because they don't forget how you make them feel. Purpose of business: sustainable profitability and profitable sustainability. Now, I need to talk about understanding algorithms and building systems. Remember, our topic generally is about building a future-facing, and legacy firm, building to last, building sustainable business, law business from law practice. You are going to do that with algorithms. Now, for the purposes of just definition, my definition of algorithm is that algorithms are modeled process for solving a problem. Modeled process for solving a problem. So like a formula, like, a procedure or whatever it is you have built that helps you to solve a problem. It has its characteristics and it has its qualities. But the point that is very important around algorithm is the fact that you need to understand three things about it. Number one, you need to understand how to recognize algorithms. So check any law firm that you want to be like. Go to their website, go and see what they do, check some of their clients, research how they get their clients. If you do, you can RDL that same thing. You can repeat, you can duplicate, you can leverage the system the person is using. So the point is, you must recognize algorithms, then you must know how to use algorithms properly, and then you must know how to create algorithms. Now, if you are able to understand these three, it becomes easier for you to do things that can be systemized. How do you get your offer? Rather, how do you productize? How do you get your leads? Generally, as a lawyer, you are not supposed to advertise like advertise. But you see, you are mixing it up. Marketing and advertising are different because advertising is a subset of marketing. Now, let me define marketing for you for the purposes of what we are doing. Marketing is everything you do to position your brand, your organization, your personality, and your products at the places and at the points where those who are willing and able, please mark that, those who are willing and able are able to see you and recognize you as the go-to person or go-to organization or go-to product for their needs and their wants. Now, why is it important that you position your product? Because you are not the only person in the marketplace. Why is it important that you position it to those who have the need and the want? Because if you don't understand the difference between need and want, a very simple example, nobody pays so much for need. People pay so much for their wants. If you want something you use to watch the time, you won't pay too much for it. My staff is asking, are you hearing me, please? Please, if just one person help me. Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you.
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
We can hear you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. My staff is trying to help me.
Can hear you.
Oh,
Can hear you.
Thank you. So now, what was I saying? Okay, so I lost my thought. Now, those three things you must know: recognize, use, algorithms. Okay. Somebody
You are talking about people don't pay much for their needs, but they pay much for their wants.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Always coming to my rescue. Please, can the person who is on, please, can you put off, please? Help me put off this thing, please. Henry, please, can you help you?
Pardon?
Yes, association. Yeah, my staff is just saying that we are not on the right platform. We have our platform can take 1,000 people, but this thing is not, and we have more than 1,000 people registered, and this thing is not passing 100. So my staff is worried, but I will lose my thought if I start tinkering with this thing now. So people don't pay much for need, they pay much for wants. Now, if you go to Transcorp, you are going to buy a bottle of Coke for so much. But if you stand before Mama Nkechi, Mama Yuba, Mama Femi, you are not going to agree to pay that much for what? For that. Now, it's very important to know that needs are very rational, but wants are very emotional. That is why to a lot of men, they want to be a Superman on the bed. And that's why anything that raises libido, you see greater percentage of people interested. Go online and see somebody who is teaching like me, and then you see somebody who is opening breast or talking about sex. You're going to see the difference in the number of people who engage with their product, with their content. The point is that needs are logical and very, very rational. And people, when they are rational, they don't yield so much. But ones are emotional. I'll give you an example. If you are doing quality management system and you tell people, and this will help you to pass your regulatory whatever, very much like the CPD now for lawyers is for a regulation, getting your license and all those. If you stop at that, people will always, do as much because, yeah, it's just forced on, you feel it's forced on you, it's feel, and you wouldn't have wanted to do it. But if it is about how do you build a firm that can operate without you, make you a lot of money beyond the CPD thing, you are going to be more interested because it's all about you improving yourself. That's what we call WIIFM, YFM. It stands for what's in it for me. People are always asking that question, what's in it for me? So in advertising, you are not allowed to advertise as a lawyer, properly so-called, but in marketing, you are allowed. Why? Because if you are solving people's wants, if you touch their needs, if you give them value in whatever way, and I'll give you an example. As a lawyer, nothing stops you regulatory-wise from giving free talks every first Saturday of the month. You give free talks on YouTube or anywhere on some legal issues in business. Either you are talking about cabotage or maritime, or you are talking about tenancy, or you are talking about marriage, or you are talking about agreements in business, you are talking about regulatory issues and matters, you are talking about tax issues, you are talking about whatever it is. People are more to gravitate to you. And one of the best ways to sell is free. In marketing, FREE is one of the best ways to sell. But don't sell free to people who cannot buy for you. Rather, buy from you. Rather, open an NGO or a foundation so you can use it to do free for those people who cannot buy from you. But when you give people who can buy from you value, they are most likely going to come back to buy from you. If you find we are one of the CPD accredited NBA-ICLE institutions, for lawyers. If you find what I'm saying reasonable and it makes sense to you, you are most likely going to buy. But if I had gathered mechanics in this program, and then I'm teaching mechanics for free, and then I'm going to sell them the NBA-ICLE CPD program, well, then what's the use? So that is why you must know who is willing and who is able. Being willing is, you can be willing and not able. Everybody wants a lawyer, but not everybody can afford one. So they are willing, but they are not able. They can be able. They can have the ability, but they are not willing. For instance, some of you here may not comfortably be lawyers to Shell or Dangote or whatever. It's not because you're not a good lawyer, but because probably the organization will look at you and say, oh, they rather go to this established organization. And sometimes you are the person who helped those established organizations to do what? To do the work. There was this story in my class here in Abuja, and I was training lawyers. Actually, I was training business people, but there were lawyers there. And so one lawyer told me a story, because he's not practicing, like going to, he's working with an organization. I don't want to mention the organization, so I don't get, I don't review what he told me properly. Now, he said that when they needed a lawyer to do something for them, he was with a foreign organization. They push it out or told some people, and one of the most brilliant lawyers, academically, who is very intelligent, applied for that. They submitted his whatever. And the guy charged, let me give you an example. Like the guy charged something like, say, 4 million. Let me give you an example like that. And the person who was supposed to actually do that from abroad there said, look for another lawyer. The person didn't even try to check whether this guy is qualified or whether he's not. The person just said, look for another lawyer. And they look for another one who sent almost the same thing. And the person said it's like 20 million. That is, the person said about 4 or 5 times the price of this other person. And the organization took this one. In fact, the guy continued that one of the days, this one that quoted high and this one that quoted low were discussing. And the one that quoted high said, I need to rush. I am doing this for so organization. Sorry, lots of people say they are thrown out of the meeting. Can you take 5 minutes to look at it? I have another. I'm sorry. There must be a problem. I think this thing is not passing 100. I have 1,000 capacity, but probably I don't know. Probably I needed to have activated something. I'm sorry about that. Please, there will be a replay. I'm going to send the replay immediately so that I don't keep wasting time. I have another training, paid training that people have paid for, so I need to be there by a little after 10. So I don't want to go back. And I'm so sorry. Please tell them the replay link will be sent to them. Those who care. Okay. So now I was saying something about what the lawyer. So they were discussing, and this other one said something like, "I'm going to the lawyer who got the contract. I'm going to let me run and go and submit this." And this other one said, "Oh, I remember I applied to these people." And this one that got the job said, "How much do you afford?" He said, "Maybe 4 million." And this other person said, "If I give you 4 million, will you do the job?" He said, "Yes." And then he gave him the brief to do for him. Yeah, because this other one that didn't get the job is very intelligent. It's very, very intelligent. I don't have anything against intelligence. I've been a best student all my life. But you see, that your intelligence doesn't guarantee that in the marketplace that you will do well. It doesn't guarantee at all, at all. So what's the point? The point is that you must understand the street smartness for building a lasting, not cutting corners, because a lot of us cut corners in our businesses. So we must understand the street smartness to building something that will last and something that lasts. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, you must understand willing and able. Don't go and keep romancing with people who are willing and not able. Make sure that the people you are targeting are people who are both willing and able. Find a way to find them. Let's talk about failure algorithm. I'll give you an example. Now, failure algorithm, F stands for, if you want to fail, if you use this my algorithm for failure, you are going to fail. So I'm going to rush through it very quickly, just because of our time. Failure, F-A-I-L-U-R-E. The algorithm for failing is found inside failure, is safe. So F stands for fear of trying. F stands for fear of trying. So you see, you can never win a game you never played in. Some of us are really laid back. Some of us are not confident enough. Some are afraid to do the work. I'll give you an example with myself. There are some here who are afraid of success even. And you are going to say, how are you afraid? How can somebody be afraid of success? Let me give you an example. I was a young man in the university, and a commissioner of commissioner of education in the state I was working in the university. The commissioner, approached me. The commissioner approached me. Please don't send me any notes again. You are confusing me. There are technical issues. I don't want to go into that. Yes. So the commissioner approached me and said, come and keep helping me. I heard you are very good with this and that and that. So I kept helping the woman. Very nice woman. So along the line, I have an office where phone was just coming out. So I always take that opportunity. I opened an office where you have you do phone repairs. That's close to about 20-something years ago. So when that office, so when she learned about the office, she now said, I'm going to give you a contract to go to all the local governments, more than 20-something of that particular state, go and train SS1 to SS3 and phone repairs, since it's a new technology. And we're looking at, this is more than 25 years ago, and we're looking at something to use to equip our students so that when they come out, they will not be in a haste to go and study anything in the university, and they can, if they don't want to go to university, they can find something to do it. Do you know that woman told me to go and raise a proposal to that? 25 years after, I've not raised that proposal. Because immediately that woman told me that, all the fear in the world gripped me. What if I do this and I don't do it well? What if they pay me all these millions and I fail? What if, you know, that was how I ran away from that contract. And I started even dodging the woman. I've not written that proposal till today. So sometimes we may think that we are bold and all that. We may not know that we have some programming. It could be from our family background. It could be from our parents. It could be something that happened to us while we are small. I think my own was, I'm physically challenged. I'm disabled on my lower limbs. I had poliomyelitis when I was about 1 year, 6 months. As I'm sitting here now, I use 2 crutches and I wear 2 rods on my legs. That is my calipers. So I thought that no matter the millions of, I thought that thing would stress me a little, and I wasn't ready for that. I ran away because I don't understand systems then. I don't repair phones myself. I wasn't the person doing the work. So I would have employed more people, invited more people, trained more people, and then deployed them to all the local governments, more than 20-something of them, you know. And if I had made those millions at that time, because I was a very young man in my just early 20s, if I had made that money that time, it would have pushed me so high in my life, but I ran away. Fearization of trying. I'm not going to continue with all of this, but I just want to show you what algorithm looks like. If you want to fail, fear trying. The A there stands for ask no questions. Some of us don't ask questions. We are afraid or ashamed to ask questions. What we don't know, we keep trying and trying with it, or even afraid to, or even ashamed to go for training on them, or just say, I don't know this, so please, can you tell me? The Chinese proverb say, if you ask questions, you're going to be only foolish for 5 minutes, but if you don't ask questions, you're going to be foolish forever. So A is for ask no question. I is intentionalization deficit. If I ask you, how much is your 1 hour? How much is this package? How much is that? How do you price this one, that one? Some of us price like this roadside banana sellers. If you come with big car, they price you high. If you come with nothing, you know, nothing organized. There are no algorithms around what we do. Yeah. Then L is lazinization. Okay. What that means is that a lot of us are lazy. Even in our own profession, we are not doing so much. In my own profession, I don't want to tell you an average of what I read in a day, because the more I learn, the more I earn. The more I learn, the more I earn. And let me tell you, life is like cooking soup. If your best soup is egusi, you cannot just say the best soup is egusi. You now do what? You just do only egusi. If your best soup is egusi, you are going to have, have the egusi. You're going to have meats. You're going to have oil. You're going to have fish. You're going to have seasoning. You're going to have water. You're going to have pepper. So egusi is like, I'm a lawyer. I'm a medical doctor. If you go with only being a lawyer or a medical doctor, there will be a problem. You won't understand marketing. You won't understand sales. You won't understand advertising without advertising. You won't understand copywriting. You won't understand social media management. You won't understand video editing. You won't understand content creation. You won't understand automation. You won't understand integration of, you won't understand legal tech. Everything is just normal. And you see, brawn and brain will always beat broad.
Thank you. No program. Okay, there. Number is okay. No wahala.
Please, can you mute yourself, the person?
Problem with this. Sometimes we they finish the
Please,
work
can you
before they do the talk. Yeah, we know they follow. The thing is that for
Okay. So sorry, please, in our next free program, we are going to sort all of this out, please. Okay, so now let me continue. So L is legitimization, U is urgency aversion. Some of us do not know how much do you want to make. September just started. How much do you want your law firm to make this September? How much do you want it to make? Some of us don't have that. We just move as the day goes, as whatever comes, and all those. You put it in the hand of luck. No, that's not the right way. You must have your plans, and you are able to understand who do you want to acquire from now to the end of the month? Do you want to the end of the year? Do you want to acquire the oil and gas people? Do you want to acquire fast consumer moving goods? Do you want to acquire people in fintech? Do you want to acquire people in maritime? Do you want to acquire, more people? You want to do tenancy things for them? You want to manage their property? That will determine how you position and where you put in money to positioning yourself this period. Okay, so you must have that urgency. Now, R is routinization. Routinization is, in fact, the question I will ask you to show you what routinization means is, when was the last time you did something for the first time? When was the last time you did something for the first time? When was the last time you did something for the first time? Ask yourself this question. If you don't ask yourself that question, you find out that every day starts with you taking your bath, reading a little, going out there, go to office, you work in the business. There's a difference between working in the business and working on the business. Working in the business is showing up and then doing your work there, you sign papers, you make calls and all those. But working on the business is sitting down and what are my value propositions? Who are my customer segments? Who are my key partners? What are the key resources I need? What are the core activities I should do? What are my cost structures? What are my revenue streams? You list all of them. What are the channels I use to reach my clients and fulfill their needs? And then how do I build relationship with people in order to have the kind of clients I want? These are all the things that are involved in what? In what we call working on the business. Like what you are doing today, taking out the time to listen in this program, that's working on the business. So working on the business is something you always need to do to be able to push that business forward. Otherwise, everything will be routine. Now, the last letter there, E, is exquisitization. Now, a lot of us have so much excuses. Either you are saying the economy is bad, or saying clients don't want to pay, or saying somebody took your client, or saying people are wicked, or saying family and friends are not, or whatever it is. Yet, excuses do not solve problems. In fact, the truth about this is that there's only one rule. Don't complain. Your friends don't need it. Don't explain. Your enemies will not blame you. Will not believe you. If you explain, no evidence, your enemies will not believe you. So it is just get the work done. I told you I have polio. So if I wasn't successful, multiple degrees, including PhDs, multiple businesses, I resigned from the university, 2 years of full professorship. I resigned 2019. If I go back to university today, I still have more than 20 years to stay before my retirement. But I found out that, this cannot lead me to where I'm going. I needed to do more. Then I scaled what I am doing. So the point is that you can't keep giving excuses. There is always a way around anything, no matter what it is. There's always a way around it. Yeah. So it's just for you to actually find that way. So it's just to give you an example of what an algorithm looks like. being able to now say, I've found an algorithm for finding my clients. You can write the word clients, CLIENTS. You write it. And what will C stand for? What will L stands for? What will I stands for? You just check it and work on it. You can spend 3 days not coming out. And then you build an algorithm that you can teach your workers, you can implement in your organization after testing it. And you're going to see how it works. And you're going to be so surprised. But let me tell you, life is like cooking soup, as I told you. So law knowledge is not enough. You have to have business knowledge. You have to have tech knowledge. You have to have public speaking, advanced public speaking. You have to have persuasion. I'm not talking about going to argue your case. You must understand behavioral economics. You must understand behavioral psychology. You must understand how people think and how you must understand biases, how people use biases. You must understand heuristics, the making of the human brain. You must understand system 1 and system 2 of the human brain. You must understand the left part of the human brain and the right part of the human brain and how they work. This is what is going to, you must understand management. You must understand strategy. You must understand the algorithms for each of everything I've just said. Algorithm for each one of them. Because, let me tell you, in learning, there are 4 stages. Number 1 stage is unconscious incompetence. Unconscious incompetence stands for you don't know and you don't know that you don't know. Then we have unconscious competence. You don't know, but now you know that you don't know. Then we have conscious competence. You know, but now it's taking you a lot of time to be able to do it. It's like speaking language. I'm learning Hausa, I'm learning Yoruba. So if I want to speak it, I need to put myself together, because what will always come to my mind will either be cussing people or the wrong words. So I need to put myself together because I don't know it well now. So every time I want to speak, I have to come to my consciousness. Is that when you start driving a car, most time you hold it with 2 hands. You don't want to run faster than you can handle. But now a lot of you can be answering calls for 1 hour and you are staring, which is wrong. But anyways, what I'm saying, you can be doing other things and then you are driving, which is wrong too. But you see, because you've mastered it somehow. If anything crosses, you are stopping. If anything do this, you are, because you have gone to now the level of the 4th level, which is unconscious competence. Unconscious competence is when you can do it without even thinking about it. I can teach and train on almost anything because every single week I clock in more than 30 contact hours teaching, from ministers to National Assembly to lawyers to medical doctors to DGs of organizations and MDAs to CEOs to ministers to whatever. Because of that, it is easier for me to teach, not because I'm intelligent or more intelligent than a person who cannot teach, but because I've algorithmized it. That's what we call neural pathways. My head has created neural pathways for this. I want you to create neural pathways on client acquisition, on how to retain clients, on how to automate your system, and all those. Yeah. So let's move very fast now. Now, there's algorithm for building sustainable law firm, and I call it the firm algorithm. Now, the firm algorithm is a 3-day program in our organization for senior lawyers and founders and people who want to go to the next level. The pricing is $1 million, so it is not for the CPD, so I'm not introducing it here. But the point I wanted to make is that I want to introduce you to that firm algorithm so that you can understand how it works. Now, FIRM algorithm for building a sustainable law firm. Now, the F stands for future facing foundation and vision. If you want to have a law firm that is what is onion, you must have a law firm that starts with a future facing foundation and vision. You are not hustling, but building a systemized business. There are things your colleagues will go for and run around for that you will not run around for. And they'll think that you don't know what you are doing. No, for every single step, you are building the DPC, the foundation of your organization. Whoever is coming in, all the things you do, Everything is structured. And you see, people will immediately notice that this law firm is a little different. There's this thing about these people. Everything is orderly. Even if you are in one room or half a room, yes, everything is orderly. I'm not just saying physically, but everything is orderly in how the calls are answered, how things are done, how they reply to people, everything is in order. How you collect the numbers of your clients, how you get back to them, how you make sure that you are talking with them every time, how you be in their faces and all those, how you care for them. You must have vision and mission. Not vision and mission as just something written and put there. You must have vision and mission as a mantra. Mantra is a word you repeat in religious circle to be able to go into meditation and incantation. So vision and mission, your vision and mission will be a mantra to you. Anybody who is coming into the organization must understand it. In my organization, in the business school, Cussons Business School, we have the mantra as facts you can use. I hate schooling, but I love education. Schooling is what we did to have the PhDs we have and all the masters and all the degrees we are parading. That is good, and I have a lot of it, but it's nothing. That is why you can go to universities and find professors of financial management who find it difficult to change their cars. It's because they don't understand what they are carrying. They are carrying so much value, but they don't know how to take it to the marketplace. Because they don't know how to take it to the marketplace, they appear poor. Not because they are poor, but because of inability to be educated. Schooling is following curriculum, and then you take exam, and then you pass and write thesis and dissertation, and then project, and then you get those. It is not education. Education is from the word educare, which means to drag out what is already inside of you. So, for you to actually do well, you must understand, the difference between education and schooling. Having said that, back to our discussion about vision and mission. So in my organization, we say facts you can use. So if you are my lecturer in my business school, and then you are just rolling slides for people, you can't even explain the slide. You read what is on the slide, no examples, those stories, no deeper, knowledge. Yeah, because you have not gone into unconscious competence in what you are doing. I will sack you. Why? Because that is not what we're opening here for. We open here for practical knowledge for people. If they want degree, they will go to universities. They want to come into Cussons for 3 days, and they can do exploits in their businesses. They can have all their problems solved. They can have clarity. They can understand systems and build one. They can recognize algorithms. That is what we want. And that's why people are coming here. So they are not coming here for you to start showing them graph on end, and then you are not even explaining, you don't understand. In the 21st century, there is nothing that anybody can tell you that you cannot find in AI or ChatGPT, or you go online on YouTube and find it. But you see, nobody gives you interpretation. So people pay for interpretation, they don't pay for information. Interpretation is everything in the 21st century, because 21st century is the century of permissionlessness. A century of permissionlessness. Maybe we're going to use the term later when we need to organize our understanding of how to, productize. So your vision is where the organization is going. From the first day you form the organization, you must have where it is going, and your mission are the vehicles, how you get there. Very much like a car. If you're going from Abuja to Lagos with your car, you need to understand the road, first of all, to Lagos from Abuja. Yeah, I'm in Abuja. So you're going to Lagos from Abuja. So you need to understand the road and know the road, yeah, or have an equipment that will direct you, my Google map or something. You need to also have a power bank and know so that it doesn't go off on the way. But the car you are using, you need to check the steering, check the engine, check the oil, that is how organizations are. All those bolts and noise and joints and tire and everything, if you don't understand that, because that is what we call mission, your vision will not work. So you need to understand all of this. You need to have core values and take it as your religion in your organization. You don't joke with client services and client astonishment. You don't want anybody to talk to your clients anyhow. You want them to be respected while they also respect your organization and your people. You don't, unnecessarily quarrel with them. You don't cut corners. You don't, swindle them. You don't go and agree with the opponents and then, meddle up with their cases and all those. You don't do things that do not have integrity and all those. Those are your core values. You write them down. Professionalism, integrity, blah, blah, blah. You can even use them to form an acronym. And let anybody coming into your organization know that this thing is serious. Your friends who will come around and see you talking about this thing, training your workers and putting the thing everywhere, they will laugh and say, oh, God, go and make money. Go and make money. Leave this thing you are doing. You are building to last. You are building a foundation that will last. Yeah? Now, solid governance structure. Your organization must have solid governance structure. How are power shared in the organization? Who does what, when, where, with what resources? Now, you may be telling me, I am starting out. I am this one. Now, what I want you to do is have all these structures. If you don't have them, you can never move into them. Have all this understanding. If you don't have them, you can never move into them. In life, you need to become before you have. In life, you need to become before you have. If you want to become the best lawyer, the best friend, you need to become that in your head before you become. Being physically challenged and disabled on my lower limbs. I used to tell people as a little boy what I want to do, where I'm going, who I want to be, and all that. A lot of them asked me, is it with this your leg? Some laughed, some joked about it, and all those. But they see me today and say, when we remember what you were telling us, when we remember this and that, even up to university levels, and people will laugh at me and all those. Because probably my leg doesn't look like what will carry me to where I'm going. But I became that thing for a long time, for many years, before I materialized it physically. So in understanding organizational build-up, organizational legacy, you must become, that organization must become that before it materializes that. Now we have the next thing there, interdependent departmental framework. What framework will take you to where you are going? That chamber A is doing it doesn't mean that you must organize your chamber in that way unless it's statutory and it's regulatory. Otherwise, you may have a business development manager, a business development and social media manager, and people will ask you, how can you have that in your, this is a law firm, it's not an entertainment company. You know what you are doing. The job of this guy every morning, every Monday, is to come before you and then force you as the principal to make videos for the whole week. So he will put the camera before you, and maybe he has even written things. You can say, my word for today is identity. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to blah, 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 blah. 1 minute, cut. You do another one. You do for 7 days. What he will post. Yes, they follow you to where you give talks, and then record it, and then start breaking it down to put on social media platforms and all those. Yeah, sometimes they boost this for people. Yeah, thank you very much. Self-belief, determination, perception, now whatever. Thank you very much, sir. So your ability to understand that you need to build your own departments in your organization. It may not be something existing before. People may laugh about it, but as the time goes by, they will now see that you were right. So you're going to ask the question, how do I do this? And then you know the department that can handle that. For instance, how do I get the word out there about what we do here? Also, the business management, business development, and social media management department. How do we make sure that those who reach us are not neglected? Oh, you have the admin and customer service, or client service, or client navigation department. So how do you make sure that our money is intact? You have, the accounts and blah, blah, blah. How do we make sure that, so you have this department, you may not have had it, you may not be experienced now, or you may be the only person. You juggle as the CEO, as the principal, as the social media, you may juggle that now if you don't have all the wealth to be able to do that, bring people in. You may juggle all of them right now. And that is where Cussons comes in. Apart from the CPD credits, We have a lot of other programs that you can take in our organization, but we have a lot of CPD credit programs that can solve a lot of this problem for you. But now, interdependent departmental framework, make sure that each one is hooked to the other. Each department is hooked. Don't create departments that are not doing any work and they're taking money from your organization. No, it makes no sense. Resources will never be unlimited, not even in America. Resources can never be unlimited. At every point, you are going to be looking for more. So you need to prioritize where you spend. Now, the last thing there is strategic blueprint versus routine execution. If you have a strategic blueprint from the foundational perspective and from the vision perspective, you have something you are using already to work. Every time you're looking at your blueprint, if you are building, I have a real estate company, I go Shelters and Properties Limited. Now, my engineer cannot be building something that is not in the work, in the master plan of the place we are building. To that extent, you must always consult your strategic blueprint and you stop routine, just routinization. You always try to follow that strategic blueprint. Whenever it comes to things that don't have integrity, you do what? I am not in. You may pay some price for it now. You are going to reap it tomorrow. In our organization, we reject money. We reject monies in hundreds and hundreds of millions. Yes, if it doesn't go the right way, because we have built reputation. We don't want EFCC invites us every time because we've worked for uncountable MDAs every year. So whenever they are probing all those MDAs, they will invite us. What work did you do here? And can we see the proof that you finished this and all that? Greater percentage of the time, they will tell us that you are one of the only companies that actually followed the rule. Because if it's not right, I'm not interested. Because I am building every company, and I have 10 companies. I'm building each one of them to last for at least 100 years. I know I won't be available then, but I'm building each one of them to do that. So don't, because of some things that, you want to buy a new car, you want to build a new house, and you do some certain things that are not proper for your organization. Build with integrity. Okay, we've talked about F, which is future-facing foundation and vision. Let's talk about I. I has to do with innovative and tech-inclusive operations. Innovative and tech-inclusive operations. Now, there are 6 elements of innovation strategy that you must master. In other words, these 6 things are going to determine how you are going to plan your innovation or what innovation strategy you are going to use. Number 1 is what we call offer. Offer has to do with what is that thing that I am giving out. In your organization, if you don't have, go to ChatGPT and ask him, I am a lawyer of 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, and I want you to structure my offer for me. I want you to structure in the areas of products, in the areas of services, in the areas of platforms, in the areas of consultancy, and in the areas of procurement. And I want you to, give them very nice names. And now, in a tabular form, give me all the people, all the institutions and sectors that can use those offers. If you go to ChatGPT and put this prompt, you will see it will do that and give you a table. And then if you go down again and tell it, now show me how to reach these people, because we are not allowed to advertise. Give me marketing without marketing strategy that I can use to reach these people and acquire them as my clients. It will show you completely, vividly, nicely. And then if you implement it, you get it. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, these 6 elements are offer. You must know what you are offering, and you must list them down. Your staff must know this offer. Now, some offer you offer may be simply for maintaining your fixed costs. For instance, you may be involved in regulatory documents. And, if you do, online adverts, Instagram and Facebook, a lot of you saw us online. If you do those kind of adverts and you said, for your regulatory documents, WhatsApp us. You do a WhatsApp, the one that will give you a message, and you say your NUPRC regulatory documents, your NMDPRA, your regulatory document, your NSITF, your SCUMO, your whatever, you know, all those, your CBN, your FinTech, your whatever, and all those, if you write all of them, they slide on Instagram. And then at the end of the day, say, if you are interested in it, just WhatsApp us. The person click on that, you know, WhatsApp us now. And then the person says, please, I'm interested in this. And you can even automate it that immediately the person click, the WhatsApp sends the person all the products, the pricing, and how to make payments and start. And the person will pay. So you may be making 10 million, 20 million, 15 million, 30 million from only regulatory documents every month. And then it solves a lot of your problems around paying staff, around doing this. So you don't pay people 20,000 and 50,000 and 70,000 as young lawyers, because it can be killing. How will they manage? It will force them to go into things that may not be right. Okay, so that way you have all these packages, each one is solving a problem. And all those. Remember, some are highly high energy, low income, some are low energy, high income. Okay, in my organization now, because I've done what I'm doing for a long time, I do more than say 80% Lehi, low energy, high income, and about 20% Heli, high energy, low income. Now, understand the offer. Then understand your leads. How do you make people to know this offer? You mustn't go there and go to channels or any destination and take and say, I am the best lawyer, employ me. No, your profession doesn't allow that. But you see, you can understand how to do that by marketing without marketing. All the articles you write, all the television appearances you do, all the radio appearances you do, all the social media things you do, all the advice you give, maybe on social media or online or on radio and television, all the whatever it is, they are all positioning. They are creating leads. They are making people know you. But you see, you can have leads without selling. And I'll give you a very simple example. The different lead generation is marketing. Lead conversion is sales. Let me give you an example. If, for instance, you are watching Bundesliga, you're watching APL, you are watching Nigeria NPFL, and then you see Coca-Cola. If they do it 3 or 4 times, or Budweiser, or whatever it is you drink, you may say, I'm thirsty of this Coca-Cola. I want to drink. Now you cannot put your hand inside the computer, inside the television, inside your phone to pick it. You need to go out there to Mama Kale or Mama Bomboy or Mama Femi or whatever to buy. When you go out there to buy, or you send somebody to buy, you may get to that shop. Remember, the people that advertised was Coca-Cola. Now, when you get out there, the company that advertised was Coca-Cola. When you get out there and you found that the woman says, Coca-Cola has not brought drinks here for the past 15 days. The man who used to bring drink is sick, and they've not replaced the driver, so they are not plying this route. Or there's road that spoiled the other place, so their big car cannot pass it, and they don't have small cars. The woman can never allow you to go, and you will not want to go. You will say, okay, what do you have? They will say, we have Pepsi Cola. Now you take Pepsi Cola. Now the point is that who actually generated the lead, who marketed, it was what? Coca-Cola. But who made sales, who converted the lead, it was what? It was Pepsi Cola. So you can market without converting. So it's very important that you put a system in your place that everybody who see you and make a call or do this one or that one, that there are people to answer them. Then you create systems around these things that you've done, whether it's the offer or the lease or the sales, you create systems around it, then automate the system. And then as the system is growing, you keep scaling, you keep scaling, you keep scaling the system. Yeah? I'll give you an example. I am recording this program right now so that I could advertise for a free program and then put this as a replay. so that it can replay to those people. And if they're interested, they can go to the website and book for our trainings. If they're interested, they can go to the website and book for our training. Okay. Now the point is, if I am not, a system person, I probably will finish without recording. Another day I will record again. Another day I will finish without recording. Over time, you get tired. But this one that is recorded forever, it is recorded. Very important to note. Some of the most important things that makes 21st century permissionless are things like code and media. They are the greatest leverage you can have in the 21st century. Okay? So these are the 6 elements you must know that will make you know how to innovate or have tech-inclusive operations. The next thing is integrate legal tech tools for client acquisition, for client management, for billing, for onboarding, for research, and for more. Then build automation system. Automations are efficient, they're effective, they're scalable, they are cost effective. Because you can do something once and it takes over, is automated, and then, yes, make sure that your automation play into your playbook. In other words, it's integrated to your playbook and blueprint and general organizational strategy. So let it not be just standalone things that you are doing that is not helping matters. Make sure that everything you do are actually helping and going into the other, each of them interconnected. Now, global best practices in law firm management. Go online always. Check other law firms in other jurisdictions. Best law firm in Kenya, best law firm in in Canada, best law firm in America, best law firm in UK. Check what they are doing. Check the products they have, their services page, their product page, their testimonial page, their, check what they are doing. Are they writing reports and putting out there? Are they, giving free legal services? Are they very good in public interest litigation and issues? Are they, find out what they are doing. You can start from your Jerusalem, which is where you are at the moment. You can be in a village, it doesn't matter. 21st century has made it easy for people to, yes, see you anywhere you are. 21st century is a century of permissionlessness. Now we have global best practices in law firm management. Find them out and work on them. Because of our time, that's why I'm not going 100% into everything, because I will not have all the time to go through that. But you see, the R stands for responsible and responsive human resource operations. People make it happen. People make it happen. Nobody is an island, and then you can do it alone. For many years now, I don't go for clients. For many years now, I have a way of acquiring my clients from my staff members who are in charge of those till, to my strategies around, bringing in people to actually understand what we have in our organization and be able to work around it. To key partners networking. Now, very important here to talk about key partners. Now, in business model management, in business model process and management, one of the things that are important, one of them is what we call key partners. Now, key partnership, not just the normal thing you do in law, but key partners are those who can help your value. Customer segments are those who your value can help. Key partners are those who can help your value. Client segments are those who your value can help. So if you can help those people in the marine sector, the oil and gas, in production, in fintech, they are your customer segments. But you see, your key partners, apart from your staff members, because that's why I'm talking about that, your staff members are your major key partners. Your major key partners, because you see, in the science of delegation, anything your staff can do up to 50% of, delegate it. Don't do everything. Anything your staff can do up to 50% and get it right up to 50%, delegate it. And it's not something that will kill somebody. Yeah. So the point is, immediately you are able to understand this, you have the capacity to now have your talent pipelines. I've lost my thought about what I was saying regarding what? Okay, but let's leave it. So you now create your talent pipelines around that. So okay, I think I was talking about understanding key partners. Yes. Now, in understanding key partners, you need to understand that your people are the highest, one of the highest resources or resource you have in your organization. So you treat them well, and then make sure that it is win-win. It's better to have 100%, sorry, 10%. Better to have 10% of 100 than 100% of nothing. And I repeat, it's better to have 10% of 100 than 100% of nothing. It's better to be, a manager or a shareholder in a multi-billion company than to be the owner of, a company that is in few millions or few hundreds of millions. So the point becomes that your understanding about this will make you liberalize the company or the organization or the law firm a little more, with a little more broad, terms and benefits and all those, which you need to design yourself too. So in understanding key partnerships, you need to understand, apart from your workers, you need to understand what we call DMM. DMM stands for decision-making machines. Time will tell me I can take this for 1 million years. Why? Because they are so important that if you understand them, you can always circumvent some steps to get what you want. Decision-making machines are the people who are the apex of an organization. The people who are going to make the decision that will make you get the job or not to get the job. That's what we call decision-making machines, DMM. So if you, in any organization, can you make friends with the minister, with the PAMSEC? Can you make friends with the DG, with the executive secretary? Can you make friends with the MD, CEO? Can you make friends with, you need to understand who this thing is in his or her hands, and you find a way to actually get to that person. Why? Because these are what we call economic buyer. They buy economically. They mean that they are the people who have the authority to incur expenditure. So if you start moving from lower parts and up, you will have a lot of issues. Now, remember, we're talking about law, practice and law business. So in law practice, keep thinking what you think. I'm talking about law business right now. Now, in understanding all of this, you must understand also what we call DMMM, D triple M. The first one is D double M, decision making machine. The second one is D triple M, decision making middlemen and women. Decision making middlemen. These are the people who, whatever you discuss with the highest body, they are the people to raise the memo, they are the people to prepare the contract, they are the people to do the payment, they are the people to understand how to manage them. Sometimes they can be Peter, P-I-T-A, pain in the ass. Understand how to manage them. Make sure they understand. They are not coming to cut away money from the organization. Make sure they understand it's a win-win for everybody. Make sure they understand that you have the capacity for performance and you have the capacity for relationship. Make sure they understand that you're a very good bedfellow. You are not here to, discredit them and then make them look bad. Be their friend. In other words, when you are coming out from the Oga's office, stop by and then greet them. So that it's not like, oh, you're operating there and then everybody is nonsense. Yeah, always do that. Yeah, that's why a lot of people who have come up in life, they always dash people a lot of money. They always, your daughter is wedding, your son is doing this, that. They keep spreading the money. It's not because they don't know what to do with money. They are paying it forward. Because one day, you could have an information from them that will just solve all the problems. So having said that, we have DMM, we have DMMM, then we have DMI. DMIs are decision-making influencers. Also know them. Also be able to network with them. They are the jagabans of this world, the daddy GOs of this world. His Royal Highnesses of this world, the Sultans of this world, the Onis of this world, Awujales of this world, the bees of this world, and all those kind of people. Yeah, they may not be working in the organization where you are going to. They may not be, but they have their network across by virtue of age or position. They have people who kowtow to them. You have being their friends and knowing how to leverage it will give you a lot of open doors. People see you snapping with them, being with them, doing things with them, and all that. It already confers some level of credibility on you. And I bet you, credibility is a very big capital. People move around, I'm looking for capital. Hey, let me tell you, capital is anything you can capitalize on. I open businesses without spending money. Why? Because when it comes to skills, I'm an institution. From anything, from IT to anything on earth, what's the point? Because I'm disabled on my lower limbs. I won't see people to lend me money to start a business. So I have to understand how to do DIY, do it yourself. So how can I run around starting to look for things? Because the website that will cost you 600,000, 1.2 million, I'll just do it in just 20 minutes. I'll just do it in 1 hour. Yeah? This one that will cost you this, I can do with this one that will, because I can't assess that. So capital becomes anything you can capitalize on. So I can capitalize on my brand. I use it. To that extent, credibility is also a very big capital. So your relationship with some people can open a lot of doors. That's what we call key partners or key partnerships. And then we have what we call SMIs, social media influencers. Now, let's not go there because of my time is almost off. I have about 29 minutes to go. Now, the point is your ability to understand all this will help you to know how to structure your human resource operations. You must have talent pipelines. How do you get high potential, high performance lawyers, high potential, high performance talents, high potential, high performance, staff, those who come into the organization and they really want to work? You need to actually understand how to go about that. Then we have performance management systems with HRMIS. You need to do your performance management, understanding human resource management information system. You can use BizAge, you can use Seamless HR, you can use Sage, you can use so that everything that is happening, your workers, they come to office, they log in, they do this when they are even in court or whatever, you are able to quantify what they are doing. Because everybody can log in and just make a report and, you have different permissions and all those. Yeah, you need to understand that if you want to run those kind of organizations, so that your office will not just be physical. You get to office before you do anything, or you carry bag around. Your office can be virtual. You can access any document, you can write any proposal, you can send any invoice, you can from anywhere you are in the world. Just they give you 3 minutes, 5 minutes, you do that because everything, you see what everybody is doing. So you can design salary and partnership structure that is juicy. Yes, I'm not saying you should pay what you are not earning, but you see your ability to make use of human resource is the only thing that will make you bigger. Dangote is richer than most of us because he employs more people who do more for him than us. To that extent, design salary and partnership structure that will be enticing and make people want to be in your organization. Why? The capacity, capacity of the reservoir of your wealth will be directly proportional to how much you can use good talent, because you are not bilocative, neither are you multilocative. You can only be one place at one time and do one thing. So that is so important. Now, let's stop the hustle and turn employees into partners in progress and be able to actually make sure that they know what is the need for them. Anybody who comes to you know how to grow. The pathway is there. Not somebody's working for somebody. You don't even know where you are going. You don't know when you have salary raise. You don't know at what point you qualify to become this one or that one. You just don't know it. No, nothing is structured. Yeah, it makes people to leave the organization whenever they find, yes. So we have still the M to talk about, the the M of the firm. So we've talked about the, okay, somebody's raising hand. Please give me 1 minute. Somebody's raising hand. I'll answer you now. So I want to introduce to you CPD training for lawyers.online. CPD training for lawyers.online is our organization. What we do in that organization is we are accredited organization that helps MBA to actually work around the NBA-ICLE to actually help with the CPD credits for lawyers license renewal. Now, you can go to the website cpdtrainingforlawyers.online. cpdtrainingforlawyers.online. I think it's in the messages that were sent to you and others. You click on courses. So let me click on courses, and then I'll show you some of the courses we have. Now, what's the point? The point is, beyond these 2 hours, we can have more elaborate and robust relationship and discussion with you. Even beyond the CPD, we help you design your website. We help you with any, legal tech things. We help you all the needs you have. Yeah. We even help you with some kind of recruitment for some kind of positions that you may want very well trained people for. Okay. So we can help you with all of those. But today we are talking about the NBA-ICLE accredited, courses for us. Now we have advanced public speaking and persuasive communication for lawyers. Now, it's not what you think. If you come to that program, you are going to understand how the human brain works, the heuristics, the buttons to touch, and you see behavioral psychology, behavioral economics, and you see all of them weave into a lot of heuristics and biases that make humans to say yes or no, and how to talk to anybody, whether you are melancholic or you are sanguine or you are choleric or whatever it is you are. Yes, so that's what that does. You can understand the psychographics of the human brain, and then you see how to press the button. And they're not costly programs. Now, because we are regulated by also ICLE, so there are things we cannot also do. Now, the number 2 course that you can see there is business and tech systems for building a thriving and sustainable legal practice. Please, those who raise their hands, please, I'm coming. Let me just finish with this, and then I'll come and check on you. So now, business and tech solution and systems for building a thriving and sustainable legal practice. Then we have number 3 there, Legalpreneurship mastery and ethical monetization of legal expertise. We're going to look at a lot of other things you can do as a lawyer that may not be litigation, that may not be at the center of even law, but you see, they are how to leverage your legal knowledge and help society, and then you are paid for that. Now, we're going to, number 4 course that is there is understanding clients, cash flow, and compliance, starting and running a systemized legal practice. Yeah, this is where we help you to understand how to acquire your clients, marketing without marketing, understand cash flow and all the possible areas it can come from, understand, compliance issues, but also knowing how to systemize a legal practice you are running to be a legal business that can allow you time to do other things without you just employing yourself. Some people in legal practice are just employee of their company. They just left an employment and they employ themselves. And so from morning to night, and it's even worse, from morning to night, they are doing work that their workers should have done, or the work they should have been doing for another person. Yes, they are doing it every second. So they are still employed. They just left an employment, going into another, but they are self-employed. But we're not talking about self-employment. We are talking about building a system that helps you, get away from self-employment and then run a systemized business. Number 5, digital law practice accelerator, building a virtual law firm. Yeah. Oh, somebody is asking, what does algorithm stand for? Yeah, we're going to talk about it after I've talked about my products, the M. We're going to talk about. So listen to the products, and then we talk about the M and wind down. Now, so you need to understand the digital law practice accelerator, building virtual legal firm. All the tools you are going to use to have a very robust legal virtual law firm, virtually. You can access anything you want to access, operate powerfully, and then do all those. Yeah, those are the things. Then the next one, number 6, is artificial intelligence, time, team, and tools, operational excellence in legal practice. So we're going to show you the use of artificial intelligence, the use of time, the use of your team, and the tools you're going to use to put all this together, how to save all the time, how to do all those, and then how to use it in operational excellence in legal practice and building, a legacy firm that can actually run without you. So as we wind down, I'm going to send you, but you can come to this page and then you download the the schedule, the course schedules. Our courses are mostly on weekend, Saturdays at 8 to 11 a.m. and then Sundays at 4 to 7 p.m., 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Okay, so the numbers you have already, if you want anything, you can send mail or rather send email to cpdtrainingforlawyers@gmail.com, the one that sends you message, or you can call or rather send message or WhatsApp to 090, you already have it, 555 99925. 090-555-99925. Now, it's very important to note that we have a program starting next weekend, okay? So you click on the link and you go to cpdtrainingforlawyers.online, click on courses, and you see the courses, and then you check the schedule, and then you pick the ones you want. Now, for anybody here, as a way of recompensing you for coming, if you choose 5 courses, each of our courses, like the NBA-ICLE accredited for almost all the institutions, each course has 1 CPD credits, each of the courses you are saying. So if you are going for, in the next 48 hours, if you are going for 5, we are going to take the price of 4. So instead of paying 150,000, you can pay 120,000, and then you have 4 of the courses. So you pay for 4 and get 1 free. The how to pay and everything is on the website and all those. Now you get you always get our information. Please, for those of you who don't want the information, immediately you get it, you reply to us, please remove me from the list, and we will gingerly remove you so that we don't disturb your peace. So please, anytime you get our information and you don't want it, just say, please remove me from your list, and we will just do that. Okay, we'll also send you WhatsApp and all those. Okay, so I'm going to answer a few questions before I go to the end. Yes, some people are raising their hands. Can you unmute yourself and talk? Those raising their hands, can you unmute yourself? Stephanie CYR. Stephanie, can you talk? Okay, Robert, did you raise your hands? Can you talk?
Yes.
Okay,
Good
go
morning,
ahead.
sir. Thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you,
been
sir.
an interesting session with you. I'm so glad I've learned so many things.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to request, if you wouldn't mind, to kindly share the slides of today's lectures.
Okay, so I'm going to share the recorded version, okay? So that
Okay, that's good.
you can replay and replay. Okay. Thank you very much. I
I'm very
appreciate it.
grateful. Thank you.
God bless you, sir. Okay. If you don't get it in your email, you can just send us WhatsApp on 090-555-99925. So if in case it gets your email and you didn't get it, so we make sure we send it to you as WhatsApp. Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Very good.
Okay. So the other people who raise their hands, we have Robert has talked, so I will lower his hand. Then we have Kingsley Ebimo. Kingsley Ebimo, can you talk? Okay, Stephanie, please. Stephanie, go ahead. Sorry, Stephanie, go ahead. Stephanie, can you go ahead, ma'am? Okay, so Kingsley Ebimo, please, can you go ahead before I finish my class, because I need to go back.
Yes,
Yeah,
good morning, doctor.
Good morning, sir.
And I'm very happy to be in this class, though I personally interacted with you during the last conference. Mine is just like a suggestion.
Okay, sir.
From the just read out to us. I know there is an incentive already, but I don't know what that would mean to young lawyers. I'm only suggesting if you could reshape that pricing so that they can also maybe accommodate young lawyers who might be interested in the courses.
Okay, sir. Thank you. The courses are 30,000. You know, I was just saying that if you want to get you know, 5 of them, you can pay you know, you can pay for 4 and you get 1. Regarding the bringing down the price we have already, well, we're going to look at it, but there's no cost in our organization. 20 contact hour cost. There's no cost in our organization that is less than 950,000 in our organization for just 20 contact hours. So it's because we are regulated. That's why, yes, that we are pricing at that. But thank you so much, sir, for that. We'll look into it, and that's one of the reasons we have this free training, so that it's easier for those who cannot pay to also be able to do this. Somebody's asking, please let me find what the person is asking. Sorry, somebody's asking a question about CPD. Please kindly send the attendance link for the CPD points. Fortune, probably we'll talk later. We don't have CPD points for this. Please, I would like to know if there is a CPD credit for this course we just had. No, there's no CPD credit for that. It's a free course we do, and we will be doing it from time to time. People who cannot pay for courses can always come in and be part of that. Okay. So, any other question? Those who raise their hand. I think there's still one person who raised her hands. If she can say something, so I can continue with my class and wind down for my other classes.
Yes. I raised my hand. My name is Dr. Ajizion Sandu.
Okay, sir.
Yes. I just want to know, for those of us who are PhD holders, whether we will have opportunity of lecturing in some of these programs
reach
in
out to us
in certain areas.
Oh, sir, reach out to us. It's 090-555-99925. Just reach out to us that you want to facilitate for us. We will now.
All right, sir. Thank you.
No, thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Okay. So thank you, sir. So I have Henry Ogweiwe. Henry, please, can you speak? Hello, Henry. Okay, so in the absence of Henry speaking, let's conclude the class by showing you what the M stands for. Okay, so now back to our class. So we've talked about the F, we've talked about the I, we've talked about the R, we've talked about the M. So now the F stands for M stands for momentum for market leadership. Momentum for market leadership. Now, in understanding how to build wealth from your profession, you must understand the power of consistency as against intensity. Most times, we are very intensive. We push and push and push, and the body will start complaining. Maybe you have malaria, maybe you just get stressed out, maybe you got just even become depressive by virtue of too much work, or quite a lot, or you get distracted. That is why we keep talking about systems and systems and systems. Because whenever you are able to master and automate the offer, the lead generation, the lead conversion, which is sales, the systems, you automate them, and then you have capacity for scaling. That is how you build momentum. If everything rotates around you, and then it's just you can never be at your best every time. You must work around this. It is different from legal practice. This is law business. It's a different ballgame altogether. You need quite a lot of learning, understanding, unlearning to be able to create the mindset for that. So this is not for everybody. There are people who love hustling. Yeah, they may make some money hustling and blah blah. Every time they're everywhere there. But you see, everything is yeah. But if you want to build an organization that stands the test of time, you need to understand momentum for market leadership. Because the more you do every single day and you push and you are strategic, no routines, you'll be able to have the capacity to maintain market, to go into positioning, into market leadership and maintain that position. Now, compelling positioning and marketing strategies for brand visibility. You need to understand who you want to be in the marketplace, what you want to be known for, and even how much you want to make and how much you want to be priced. You will need to position as such to be able to accomplish that. Because my time is almost up. That's why you see me running. I'm entering another class. Now you need to build automated client acquisition system with minimal input. Let me tell you, every single staff can do what you do. You are a technician. There is nothing serious about it. Every single staff, everybody can do what you do. We know you're a professional, but you see, nobody can acquire your customer like you, especially when you are starting out. Because anybody that can acquire customers for you, like you, will leave your organization and go and establish his or her own. How many times have you seen Dangote on television visiting the president, and then Dangote group president is not there? He's a Dangote, one executive person from Dangote goes there to see the president. He knows he must be there. He knows this is a high-stake thing. He needs to be there. Because if his workers keep going to meet the president over time, they will also have their own Dangote. Now, there's nothing wrong with them having their own Dangote, but the point is that your customer acquisition and direction is at the level of the vision of the organization. You can, if you decide we want to acquire oil and gas clients, now, having said that, you can devolve it down through performance management system, devolve it down to head of units, directorate heads, to head of units, to even down to all those, so that they are able to implement. You're not the person running around helter-skelter to go and implement. But the point is that you must understand and know at that entrepreneurial level where you guys are going. Okay? So I want to stop here, but I want to appreciate you for listening in. And I want to take a review from a few people. I want to know, what did you learn from the program today? How was it for you? What came across for you? What are you picking? I want you to do that. Do us the honor of telling us what you've learned. So can I have some people unmute themselves and do that? Or probably yes. Is it Gabriel? Yes. Or Priscilla, go ahead, ma.
Though I was battling with network, but along the line, when you are sitting out on how to flow on your own, how to manage your client, I thought of network. Now, my question is this:
Okay.
We coordinate the office to have the final plan.
Chai, can you raise your voice a little more, please?
People working on that stage.
Can you raise your voice a little? Your line is going off and on. Hello, man. We are not hearing you, man. We are not hearing you. Can you raise your voice a little? Oh, sorry about that, Priscilla. Okay, I think
Can I go ahead?
Yes, go ahead,
Doc?
sir, please. Please, sir. Please.
Okay. Yes, my name is Dr. Gabriel. I want to sincerely appreciate you for impacting on us this morning.
Thank you,
I've learned quite a lot, and my take simply is on the aspect of purpose of business. Business has to do with sustainability, profitability, and then of course profitability and sustainability. I really appreciate you, and I'm also challenged, and I hope to register for other courses so that I'll continue to build and invest. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Please. Your doctorate is in what, sir?
My doctorate is on intellectual property and technology law, sir.
Okay, sir. Please, we also need to get in touch. If you can just send me your name and just say this title, that will draw my attention to it. I'll call you personally, sir. I want to be your friend.
That would be great. It's an honor.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless. Okay,
Bless
please,
you.
the next person. The next person, please. Okay, thank you, sir, for the session. Very insightful and practical. Please, I want those who can talk. Please, it will help us to get.
Yes.
Yes,
my name is Dr. Ajidon Sondo once again.
Yes, sir.
Me?
Hello, sir. We're not hearing you.
Okay, yes, I just want to appreciate, the distinction, because this issue of you cannot advertise legal practice as really so many puts.
Yeah, it's challenging. It's challenging.
The distinction you made between
advertising. Child, the internet is not allowing me very well. Hello, Doc. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Go, please.
I
go
think
ahead.
can I? All right. My name is Edemeka. I just want to appreciate you for this beautiful session. For me, my take home has been building system. Yes. So one of the things I will try to do henceforth is to ensure that I build system that will make my law firm have that sustainability. So thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. And as you build the system,
so that's one aspect I learned this morning, that you don't say you are there. Nobody will know that you are there. About
true, sir. Thank you.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Bere, good morning.
Yes, thank you so much. My name is Barrister Bere Madu.
Yes.
And really, you have thrown a lot of light. I really appreciate it. I've learned a lot of things today.
Thank you.
I thought was there was really a stronghold on and by watering it down. But you have taught me to use the media for myself, use the media to enhance my chamber, use the media to also draw my clients close, to advertise myself in a legal way, and to throw more light on what I do, on what I have a flair in doing, which is trying to get the satisfaction of my clients in every way, in ways that they need it, to satisfy my customers, my clients' needs, in using the cyberspace to do that. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I've learned this. That's my take home for today.
Thank you, ma. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, the next question, please.
Hello, can I go ahead?
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. This is real value. Thank you very much, sir. And my
you,
take
ma'am.
home from it is trying to build systems and getting personnel who will help me to be consistent. The issue of consistency has been a challenge because I do some things and people say, oh, we like this. After some time, the energy, the burnout just goes out. But you have helped me to get to see that I can get someone, I can employ somebody who will make me become consistent.
Follow up. Yes.
Help me to be consistent. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Auntie Sarah. God bless. Yes.
Yes, can I?
Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
My name is Kingsley.
Praise.
Yeah, my name is Kingsley.
Kingsley, go ahead, sir.
Yes, thanks very much class this morning.
Yes, sir.
Mine is more of a caution. I'm taking a caution because already I was already on a very wrong impression that I need to get to somewhere before I look at having a structure. But this morning you have demystified that context for me. That even if I'm out, I need to have a structure so that before I've already become. Thank you very much. It was more of doing it like a hustle.
Dr. Kali,
But now
my name is Vitalis Anopwe. If I have the audience.
Yes, Vita, you can go ahead, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Kings. Thank you, Kings. Vita, go ahead. Vita, go ahead. Oh, Vita, we're not hearing you. All. Hi. Barrister Vita, can you go ahead? Oh, internet.
Kali, before Vita continue.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, we are hearing you. Okay, please, just 1 minute, sir.
Okay, my name is Vitalis Anopwe. Yeah, it's been a very interesting session for me. And one of the takeaways from me also is to build a system that can be sustained. And that is how we can sustain a very successful legal practice. But you say something that's also very striking, that people just don't pay for needs, they pay for their wants. And it made me to understand that needs are logical and rational, while our wants are based on emotions. And these are things that we can leverage on in sustaining our clientele and ensuring that we get the best out of that relationship. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Barrister. Thank you. And they will be happy because, you know, you are loving them. So, Engineer okay, please, can you?
Dr. Kali, thank you very much for such a wonderful presentation this morning. I am not a lawyer, but I am an engineer by profession. But I really enjoy every part of this lecture. I think what you've taught this morning could be replicated in various professions. So this is not just a law thing, but is something that can really be replicated in different other professions. And I think it was really a time that is well invested this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate your presence, sir. God bless you. Yes, Magdalene?
Yes, thank you very much, sir. I sincerely appreciate. I've carefully followed your teachings this morning, and there's something that struck me very well. When you said something that some persons are afraid to succeed, and I was like, the thing was trying to play on my head until you now mentioned, you now said something of the unconscious inconfidence. So I try to marry together. Yes, we can just be doing something unconsciously. We just lack confidence in ourselves. Now that alone, may now make us to we wouldn't even know that we're even afraid. And then you illustrate you gave about yourself. How you withdraw for you have been unable to put things together. I think that goes a long way to make me to understand that.
Wow, this beautiful presentation. Okay. Chai, we lost you. I'm not hearing you again. Okay. Yes, sir. Is it Priscilla? Oh, Priscilla, please go ahead. Yes. So sorry, it was network.
This morning to work with, and the area that I met very well is where you are finding living but not selling. You may be leading, but you are not selling.
Okay, yes, you can generate
want
leads
you
and you
to
don't sell.
You are leading, but you are not selling. Can
Yes,
you
sir.
put more light, because at the point the line was becoming so disorganized. I couldn't get you very well.
Okay, immediately after this program now, I'll send you the replay link, okay? Please, you can just skip to that side. Okay. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. If I have the audience, my name is Ahmed. I appreciate you for well presented teaching. We definitely got a lot of benefits, so much value added. Okay, I just said that you say you will send the replay, so
Yes,
that
sir.
for the time we missed out a few things, we could read up here again. And then, once again,
Yes,
thank you. I lend my voice to everybody who has said they appreciate you. Thank you so much. And
Thank you, sir.
We'll take advantage of all the other programs you have in
Yes,
the.
sir.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. The next person, our studying. Hello, Sunny.
Hello, sir.
Okay, Magdalene.
Yes, like I was saying, as when you gave your illustration, I think I got to learn a lot that success is not actually just seeing that you are succeeding at the end. It entails a lot of risk to actually succeed. So it's not until you won't be able to know that, yes, you can get that success you are pursuing. And I think it applies to even running a law firm and any business of yours that you actually want to get into. I appreciate you very much, sir. Very grateful. I think it's going to help me a long way. Thank you much.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Okay, so the next person, okay, would you like to have your master's? Jesus is why now? This is a mature platform. Okay, one or two more persons, and Ngozi as someone. Can you unmute, ma'am? Is it Henry? Henry Oboiwe. Okay, so I want to appreciate you guys. We'll keep in touch. There is a channel, the WhatsApp channel. Remember, in WhatsApp channel, even the admin cannot see your number, let alone the other members. So we are going to, I want you to join that channel so that it's easier for me to send you things. Nkolika Ofondo is still raising hands. Augustine Francis still raising hands. Henry Obo is still raising hands. So I don't know if you want to speak because I want to end the class right now. I'll send the what do you call it? This thing to you. The what do you call it? Replay. So those who miss out things, please don't be angry. There are more than 800 people who couldn't access because I don't know what happened. We have a platform for 1,000, but I don't know what went wrong. It was not 100. I'm very sorry about it, and I apologize. I send everybody the link again. So, Nkolika, can you say something, ma'am?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
For this session. It was so enlightening. I've learned a lot from it, and it has delivered so much value. I have been particularly interested in the virtual legal, framework, because right now I'm not in Nigeria, and I'm so much interested in how to build a law practice online. A very trying one. So when the issue of when you put up the lectures, I mean the training, and it involved the virtual law space, I was so excited about it. So I really want to explore that session because I know it will help to take my law practice to the higher, realms. Thank you so much.
Okay, ma'am. If you just go, thank you so much. If you go to the CPD training for lawyers.online, you click on courses, you will just see that, and then you register. But also you can just say, okay, I'm colleague Kali, I can also attend to you any other question you have, and I will attend to you personally. Thank you.
Okay. Where do I go to talk to you?
Ma?
You said I can wait and where can I go?
Okay, I just say 090-555-99925. If you just say, I want to talk to Dr. Kali, I'll make sure I talk to you. 090-555-99925. It's on the message you've got already.
99925. Is that a 25 or a
2? 090.
All right.
555-99925.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. God bless. So I appreciate you guys. Awa, you want to say something? Okay. So I want to appreciate you guys. Henry Obiwi, it seems you don't want to say something, but your hand has been up, so I suspect maybe it was by mistake. So I want to appreciate you guys for zeroing in on this program. We are an organization, CPD Training for Lawyers at Online. It's a unit in our organization that helps lawyers with all kinds. If you want website, if you want all kinds, yeah, you can discuss with us. Thank you, Tamara Mietsi. Thank you so much for your comments. I appreciate you all. We don't take your time for granted. We pay so much respect. Every of our paid program is even better than this one. So thank you, Precious. We want you to register for them. I want to be your friends one by one. You can't go wrong being a friend with a lawyer. So we want to be your friend. So I want to appreciate you. Reach out and so that we can start a friendship. God bless you. Remain blessed. Stay celebrated. Don't forget, visit CPD Training for Lawyers.online and then click on courses and then register for courses. Another one starts next weekend, Saturday. You will enjoy it. Every of our course is superlative. You will not miss a thing. God bless you. See you soon. As you receive our messages, if you don't want to receive them, just say, stop messaging me. We will remove you from our list. Thank you. God bless you. We're sending in the next 2 or 3 hours, we're sending the replay links. Have a beautiful weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr. Kali. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Bye, Doc.
Bye, sir. Bye.
Bye.
We're looking forward to you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye. Yeah, bye.
Very interesting. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, doctor.
Bye, sir. Bye-bye. Tracy, bye-bye. Samuel, bye. Chika, bye. Rosie, bye. Doc Ajize, bye-bye.
Everybody, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
God bless you.
Thank you. Everybody, bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, sir. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye, sir. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Ben, bye-bye. Shaman, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Dauda, bye-bye. Desire, Temi, bye-bye. Gabriel, bye-bye. Gato, Cheho. Harry, Mark, bye-bye. Bazi, bye-bye. Sama, bye-bye. Mustafa, bye-bye. Mwakeko, bye-bye. Obase, Oplowe, bye-bye. Ajo Abobe. Olayemi, bye-bye. Olushola, Omega Sarah, bye-bye. Samuel, bye-bye. Shay, bye-bye. Solomon, bye-bye. Vincent, bye-bye. Thank you very much. I'm going to another class. God bless you. Thank you.